a website for a business might be a no-brainer, but how do you make an effective website? That is a completely different story. So I was able to speak with a local expert, Meghan Rothschild, owner and CEO of Chick Media, who shows us what we should and shouldn't do.
A good website is easy for the user to navigate, so a great user experience. It's really clean, and you can find the call to action pretty quickly. So if it's, contact us, book a reservation, buy now, that's very well represented right on the site when you go to it. And it has a consistent look and feel throughout every single page. So that's one area that I always like to stress when I'm talking to clients or prospective clients. Make sure that your website has a consistent look and feel throughout every page.
Okay, that makes sense. And what if somebody doesn't have a website, they're thinking of starting one? How do they go about that? What should they do?
Yeah, so the first thing that you want to do is you want to figure out what is going to be the goal of your website. So are you just putting up, a couple of splash pages for informative reasons? Are you going to be actually selling a product online? Because that adds a whole nother component of complexity where you have to have e-commerce or Shopify. So you really want to figure out what's the purpose of this website. And from there, you want to research the platforms that make the most sense to achieve that goal while still being user-friendly, especially if you're going to build the website yourself and you plan on maintaining it yourself. You don't want to get in over your head. And there's a lot of website software out there that is like HTML coding and very involved. So if you're someone who's sort of dipping a toe in the world of website building, we recommend sticking with some of the lower user-friendly platforms.
And do you recommend doing it yourself? Or, if you want a big website, should you get somebody else to do it for you?
I don't recommend doing it yourself. I didn't even do my own website, and I work in the world of marketing. I had my director of creative services do our website because she's skilled in that craft. What we see a lot is that people jump in and they say, I'm going to do my website myself. And they get maybe about a quarter, halfway through and go, oh my God, I can't do this. And then they have to hire someone to come in and do it. And at that point, they've lost a few months of time because a lot of people really try and they just get stuck a month or 2 months in. And it causes you to sort of be behind in your marketing efforts. So I do recommend logo development, and websites should always, if you can swing it, be done by a professional.
Is there anything that you advise against for websites?
You're going to have to pay for one. So I see a lot of people use the free option, and then all of a sudden at the bottom it's like powered by Weebly or whatever, and it just looks like you don't really have it together. It looks like your business can't afford to pay the $150 hosting fee or whatever it is. And it's usually pretty affordable on some of these platforms. So just know going into it, you're going to have to spend some money because you also want to buy high quality stock photos if you're not going to take your own. We always recommend taking your own and having pictures of you on your website. But if you have to do stock imagery, just know you're going to have to build in a budget there as well. And don't do dashes, don't do, weird symbols in between. Just try to be really clean with your URL so it's easy for people to find.
Super, super important. Clean, easy to find. For more tips, you can head to chickmedia.us or follow the Chicks on social media.
So I recently did build a website.
Yeah.
And I also recommend to not do it yourself.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's fertility and it's just like very hard to do because you have to literally build every little detail, and you move one thing and you don't know how it works, but if you have the time, it is kind of like a fun passion project that you can kind of be like,
if you finish it,
achieved a goal. Yes.
If you finish it.
Exactly. And then there's all the SEO things. Do you know about that? It's like to make sure that it comes up in Google. Have you ever made one?
I took a class on it. I watched it be made, but I don't have one myself.
Right.
So.
And then there's the WordPress to do blogs. So if you start small, but yeah, I mean, that was good advice.
Yeah, absolutely. Meghan is a very, very smart girl.